Every morning, millions of people start their day with what they believe is the ultimate healthy habit, a nutrient-packed green smoothie. But behind the glowing health claims, there is a hidden biological conflict happening inside your digestive system. If you often experience unexplained morning bloating, gas, or a heavy stomach right after drinking your healthy greens, this is why. That daily liquid meal might actually be silently starving the very bacteria it is supposed to feed. To understand exactly why this happens, we have to look at how plant foods are biologically structured. In nature, the nutrients and naturally occurring sugars in fruits and vegetables are locked inside rigid cellular walls made of complex fibers. When you eat a whole apple or a handful of spinach, your teeth break down some of these walls, but much of the fiber matrix remains intact. This intact fiber is crucial. It acts as a biological slow-release mechanism. As it travels through your digestive system, it delays the absorption of sugars and eventually reaches your lower intestine, where it serves as the primary food source for your beneficial gut bacteria. But when you put those same ingredients into a high-speed blender, you are doing the digestive work outside of your body. The machine completely obliterates the structural matrix of the plant fibers. And this is where the biological shift begins. Because the fiber is pulverized, that slow-release mechanism is destroyed. When you drink that smoothie, the nutrients and sugars are absorbed almost immediately in the upper digestive tract. This rapid absorption means that virtually nothing is left to travel down to the lower intestine. Your beneficial gut bacteria, the trillions of organisms responsible for regulating your immune system and protecting your gut lining, are left waiting for fuel that never arrives. When these bacteria are chronically deprived of intact fiber, they can begin to starve, triggering a cascade of inflammatory responses. And if you're finding this breakdown of digestive biology useful, consider liking the video. It helps support the channel and allows us to continue creating this type of content. But the starvation of beneficial bacteria is only one side of the equation. By breaking down the cellular walls of fruits, the blender releases all their internal sugars at once. Without the intact fiber matrix to slow it down, a healthy-looking fruit smoothie can flood your bloodstream with fructose almost as rapidly as a heavily processed sugary drink. This sudden influx of free sugars doesn't just spike your insulin, it provides a massive, easily accessible food source for opportunistic bacteria and yeast higher up in your digestive tract. Over time, feeding these opportunistic populations while starving your beneficial bacteria creates a severe microbial imbalance. Furthermore, there is a critical biological step completely missing from the smoothie process: chewing. Digestion does not begin in the stomach, it begins in the mouth. The physical act of chewing signals your brain to prepare stomach acid, and it mixes the food with saliva, which contains vital digestive enzymes. When you drink a large, complex liquid meal in just a few minutes, you bypass this crucial trigger. Your stomach is suddenly forced to handle a massive load of raw ingredients without the proper enzymes fully activated, leading directly to that morning fatigue and digestive distress. Your digestive system evolved over millions of years to break down whole, structurally intact foods. It was not designed to process pre-digested liquid meals every single day. This is why many researchers advocate for returning to whole, minimally processed foods to support a stable microbiome. However, we know that prepping, chewing, and digesting massive amounts of raw vegetables every morning simply isn't practical for a busy lifestyle. If you don't have the time to eat bowls of intact greens, but you want to avoid the sugar spikes and the digestive overload of a pulverized smoothie, a different approach is needed. And this is where understanding the biological difference between a heavy blended meal and a concentrated extract becomes important. Because of this, some people choose to simplify their routine by complementing their diet with greens formulas. Unlike a fruit-heavy smoothie that floods your system with free sugars, these formulas combine specific plant extracts, antioxidants, and digestive support ingredients without the heavy fructose load. Since they don't trigger massive sugar spikes, they don't require an intact fiber matrix to protect your body. They simply provide a light, gentle, daily drink. While whole foods should always remain the primary foundation of your diet, these types of formulas can serve as a convenient addition for people looking to support their daily nutrient intake without overloading their digestive system. If you're curious about one example of a greens formula and how it works, you can find more information in the link provided in the description below. If you want to continue understanding how your daily habits and your digestion interact on a cellular level, be sure to subscribe to Human Health Archive. Because true health isn't about following aesthetic trends, it's about understanding the biology of your own body. Which of these smoothie side effects, like bloating or an energy crash, have you noticed the most in your own routine? Let me know in the comments below.